Deep within the ancient Verduran forest of Golarion, in a treacherous swampland known as the Dragon Fen, there is a tale about the dragon tyrant Aeterapax, slain 1,000 years ago by a band of heroic warriors. But victory doesn't last forever, and enemies shall eventually rise again, calling forth new heroes to embark upon a perilous quest to save a town and defeat he who would once more call himself the Dragon Tyrant.
Hi, I'm Alan Miranda, CEO of Ossian Studios, and what you just saw are some scenes from our new Pathfinder video game, The Dragon's Demand. As you can probably tell, it's all about miniatures in a tabletop-style world, and in this video, I'm going to show you what makes this RPG so special. Playing tabletop many years ago made a huge impact on me. It was the most exciting time I'd ever had with the game, like a fantasy book coming alive from my own choices and dice rolls. It felt magical. It's those memories that inspired me to work at BioWare as a producer on the Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights games. And that's where I realized I was always trying to recreate the same pen and paper magic in the RPGs I worked on. Which is exactly what we're doing with The Dragon's Demand, going back to our tabletop roots to recreate that magic in a single-player, turn-based video game with miniatures. It looks like a beautiful tabletop diorama, but does all the things that aren't possible to show on a physical tabletop, so it's like an enhanced tabletop. And it uses a faithful adaptation of Pathfinder Second Edition rules for players to interact with the world in some very refreshing ways. So let's step inside the game, and I can show you exactly what I mean. We've been building a prototype of this enhanced tabletop game for over a year. That includes nailing down the right art style and building a solid technical framework, as well as integrating the Second Edition remastered rule set into a format the game can use, which is a huge ongoing process. So what are some of the cool things you'll see in The Dragon's Demand? Well, when it comes to miniatures, we have adaptive poses based on actions, including grab poses, dynamic body postures for different inclines, but most importantly, a 3D grid system. That's because instead of grid squares, we'll be using grid cubes, which gives characters the incredible freedom of movement to climb ropes, walls, and trees, levitate and fly, and swim deep underwater. And our environments will have dynamic weather that impacts the world, visual effects that obscure visibility, and a ton of skill-based environmental interactions like taking cover and sneaking, squeezing through really tight spots, forcing open doors and windows with the crowbar, or just clowning around. And what's tabletop without dice? Which are entirely optional, by the way. But if you love throwing dice, we've got some amazing ones for you, including diamond dice, fire dice, and even rainbow dice. All of these features then get wrapped together in an epic tale about a dragon killed 1,000 years ago from the classic Pathfinder module, The Dragon's Demand. But in this game, we'll be expanding that adventure with new areas to explore, lots of intriguing side quests, and a personalized plotline for the PC tying right into the Dark Tapestry. So get ready for a brand new style of RPG, where you'll have a lot of wild adventures and some pretty hilarious times, with your own party of heroic or wicked companions in a world filled with truly monstrous enemies. Now you may be wondering, who is Ossian Studios? Well, we're a company that's made RPGs exclusively for 20 years, including 3 Dungeons & Dragons story-driven RPGs for the Neverwinter Nights franchise. Darkness over Daggerford, Mysteries of Westgate, and Tyrants of the Moonsea. So you could say we have a good proficiency rank with RPGs, and developing this kind of ambitious game is something we've been waiting a long time to do. We're also thrilled and honored to be making an official video game for the Pathfinder universe. Paizo has been a fantastic partner during our development, and we have a lot of respect for everything they've done. And speaking of Paizo, Chief Creative Officer Eric Mona is here to say a quick message about The Dragon's Demand and show a couple of our rewards.
Hey everybody, it's Eric Mona, the publisher and chief creative officer at Paizo, the makers of the tabletop version of the Pathfinder role-playing game. And I am very excited about Ossian Studios and their new project to fund a video game based on The Dragon's Demand, one of the most popular first level intro adventures that we've ever published, and Ossian fell in love with this adventure and want to bring it to a computer game version. And it's not just the source material that excites me about this. Here's a couple of other cool things. It's Pathfinder Second Edition. Lots of people have been asking for a Pathfinder Second Edition computer role-playing game for a long time, and Ossian is very excited to create that game. It is turn-based. I love turn-based gaming. Go back to the early days. It fits with the Pathfinder game system perfectly, and Ossian understands that in a way that we're very stoked to see translated into a computer environment. And I am so excited to see The Dragon's Demand by Mike Shel appear on my computer and yours if this crowdfunding is successful. Ossian has set up a bunch of cool rewards. So at the $45 or higher tier, you're gonna get a coin in this cool little holder that is based on the official coins of Absalom. You can see right there, let me turn them around. Boop! That is the Lord Mayor of Absalom himself, Lord Gear of Gix. There's silver pieces, plated silver. There's silver pieces, actual silver. There's even this cool thing, which is a silver piece that was accidentally minted in gold. It's called a blonde badger, and it is pulled from like a micro reference in the Absalom setting book we published years ago. So it's that level of attention to detail that Ossian is bringing to this project. They're going to be adapting our adventure. They're going to be adding significantly to it. I always love to see what people bring to the table that kind of takes things above and beyond what we originally did in the tabletop RPG, and Ossian is ready to deliver that. And there's another thing that makes me pretty stoked about the Dragon's Demand project. If this project funds successfully and unlocks the first stretch goal, everybody is going to get one of these. Look at this. It is a print and paint gold goblin statue that sort of acts as a prize for the Bounder game that is a little mini game that's going to get unlocked with that first expansion. So help us fund this program. Help Ossian bring their dream of Dragon's Demand to reality. And you can pick up this little guy. You can pick up a coin of your choice based on your pledge level. There's other STL miniatures as well. There's other exciting stretch goals, and they've got a lot of cool ideas for this game, and we'd really like to see it happen. So if you want a really fun second edition Pathfinder turn-based game based on one of our most popular adventures, The Dragon's Demand by Mike Shel, then please pledge your support to this program and this Kickstarter, and together we will answer The Dragon's Demand.
That wraps up the tour of our game, but you can see some more sneak peeks of Fumbus with his friends in our small video series, Tabletop Tales. We hope that you'll be joining us in our Kickstarter campaign to make The Dragon's Demand a reality. Building games with passion is what Ossian's all about. We love what we do, and we want to create a game for you to enjoy and remember for a long time. Thank you for watching.